question that most of the non-Muslims ask
Yes, you have, yes.
the non-Muslims, the question that asks is that there is no continuity. One incident that's being described in one second finishes after some other.
The question that the sister has been asked by certain non-Muslims is that it appears that there is no continuity in the Quranic chapters, that a chapter finishes and stops and a new topic starts with the next chapter. Is that the question, sister? Jazakallah.
Now we must confess that the Quran is not a storybook. This is a unique book. The preservation, the substance, the message, everything is unique about this book. You see, every other religious scripture, every other, whether it's the Bhagavad Gita or the Ramayana of the Hindus or the Holy Bible of the Christians, you open the book and it's telling you a story. And if I tell you a story, you'll never forget in your lifetime. I just read it to you, verses from the Bible. Once I read it to you, in 100 years you can't forget. That Uncle Deedat, if you live to 100, he said there was an old man, came from South Africa, and he read some verses of the Bible, and those verses are, you might not be able to reproduce the words, but the whole picture you'll be able to reproduce. You know why? Because it's a story on the basis of once upon a time. And we all remember stories, Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp. You remember about Sinbad the Sailor. You remember about Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. You can't forget them. Once the story is told and you visualize the pictures, the scenes, they remain with you for a lifetime. The Quran is not like that. The Quran had come in answer to a problem, to a solution to a problem. Warnings, this, that, and it ends there. It doesn't start like the birth of the Quran. In the whole Quran, you do not find the name of our Nabi's father. You will not find his mother's name. You will not find the name of his wife. You will not find the name of his dear daughter Fatima. Am I right? You will not find Abu Bakr here. You will not find Umar there. You will not find Osman. You won't find Ali. Isn't it amazing? For 23 years the people are around him and the names are not here. No mention at all. So now, because the person is used to fairy tales, once upon a time, the fox and the grapes, the wolf and the lamb, he is expecting to find the same type of thing here. It is not. Allah Bari Ta'ala speaks, and when he speaks by telegrams. It's not like this, like that. He doesn't talk like this. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Say he is Allah, the one and only. Allahu Samad, God the eternal absolute. لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ. He does not beget and is not begotten. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. And there's nothing like unto him. Finish, full stop. Now, grapple with it. Difficult. Ask you, what did I say? What did I say? He said, well, you said there's only one Allah, one God. I say, yeah. What else? He said, well, it's got no father, no son. I say, yes. What else? Finish. Why? This is not a storybook. You read the Bible or any other book. I said, look, I give you an example. While Genesis chapter 38, while Judah, the father of the Jewish race, was going to Timnat to share his sheep. You don't have to remember the names. He sees a woman sitting by the roadside. Let me read. Is there any Christian who would like to read it? Some Christians, rather they read it because they think I might be shooting. I said, now look, let me read it for you. I might be thumb sucking from somewhere. I said, no, let me read it for you. And I like to, I don't know, right, let me read it for you. I'll try. Genesis chapter 38. I'm starting from Genesis 38. Genesis chapter 38. Right. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be an harlot. You know what it means? A prostitute, a whore. He thought that she was a harlot because she had covered her face. And he turned unto her by the way, by the roadside, and said, go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. I'm reading the Holy Bible. Don't take objection. I'm reading the Holy Bible to you. Allow me to come in unto you. And she said, what wilt thou give me, that thou mayest come in unto me? And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock, a goat kid, for doing me the favor. I'll send you a kid from the flock. And she said, wilt thou give me a pledge, a guarantee? Suppose you have a good time, jolly good time, and you go away and you don't send it. I want a guarantee, pledge, that till thou send it. And he said, the father-in-law telling his daughter-in-law, what pledge shall I give thee? What guarantee do you want? And she said, thy signet, your ring, and your bracelet. The old people those days used to wear bangles. And your bracelet and your staff, the danda, the rod of Moses, which is in thine hand. And he gave it to her. And came in unto her. And she conceived by him. And she arose and went away and laid her by her veil from her and put on the garment of her widowhood, and so on. And then twins are born, and they're struggling in their mother's womb. The same chapter 38. Ask the Christian who's asking you this, he said, read it. Beautiful continuity. Is that what you're hungry for? You see, this story what I told you now, you'll remember all the time, because that is the type of story that we are apt to remember. You can visualize the old man going to Timnah to share his sheep. He sees a woman sitting by the roadside. He thinks she's a prostitute. He comes up to her and he makes a suggestion. He said, now, she says, what will you give me? Same what the prostitutes are doing day and night in London. Same type of, you can never forget. The Quran doesn't talk like that. Ya ahlal kitab, la taghlu fi dinikum, wa la taqulu ala Allah illa al-haq. So, oh people of the book, don't say this, don't say anything but the truth. Innamal masih, most certainly. This is how the Quran speaks, which is a very concentrated stuff. Therefore, the non-Muslim is finding difficult. And I sympathize with them. Because they're used to that, what we call once upon a time, the fox and the grape, the wolf and the lamb. That is what they are used to. I say, look, this is not like that. God talks by telegrams, by faxes, and every Tom, Dick and Harry doesn't readily grasp a telegram or a telex or a fax. That's the fact of the matter. Thank you.
Jazakallah.